What's the breaking news bed? Yak has provided a breaking news bed because we have breaking news. This is talking about trading Walker Kessler. You can't let him walk for free. Guess what? The Jazz are trading him right now. Shams. Breaking news. The Lakers are acquiring Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033 and first-round swaps in 28 and 30. Sources tell ESPN. Kessler will sign a massive 4-year, $130 million deal with the Lakers. So there you go.
Goodbye, Walker.
5,000 retweets in 1 minute. Shams just posted it at the end of the break there.
I think they had to let him go. I was bracing myself for them letting him go.
But not letting him walk. Trade him and get something back.
You never let a Walker walk.
4 draft picks. 2 unprotected, 31 and 33, and 2 others available in swaps.
Yeah.
More draft capital. And nothing for immediately in 27, which is projected to be a bad draft. The first pick swap is in 28. All right, there you go. 4 years, 130. And Walker ends up so that averages out to about $32.5 million. So the Lakers don't have to go to 37 to prime away from the Jazz. They save a little money that they can go spend on somebody else. And that does explain, I did think that was a high price tag for Nurkic, so they were bracing themselves for this. That's a high price tag for a backup center. So now they go get someone of roughly his quality for about the same money. Because if they brought Kessler in, that means you're spending somewhere between $40 and $50 million on that position, and you just can't spend $50 million on every position. They're already spending $50 million on each of the forwards, so now they go get somebody who's available out there in the $10 to $15 million range.
Well, I don't necessarily know that you go after a big man though, a replacement for Kessler.
I think they need to add one more big body. I mean, it could be Nurkic, Filipowski, and Jackson, and you're just going to rotate those 3 guys through there, and Nurkic is going to play a lot. You could.
Yeah.
They've now got 3 roster spots not spoken for. They have 10 guys signed. Peterson signing will be 11. Nurkic would be 12. So they have 3 spots. Now they do, back to the earlier point, that does leave them money to go get a, $15 million. They could go get another $15 million center and a $15 million ball handling combo guard, whatever they think, veteran for the perimeter.
Right.
And go from there. And Kessler's off to the Lakers, and the Jazz get 4 draft picks back. 2 picks and 2 swaps. Done and done.
Well, for what they acquired him for, I guess that's good. But I think that they were bracing themselves that he would be gone, and they didn't want to spend the money.
Want to spend the money other places. So we'll see if they do. I can't imagine they're going to pocket it. I expect them to spend it other places. Kessler to the Lakers. There you go. The Lakers were making a run at Duren in Detroit to the Jazz.
He's a restricted free agent just like Walker.
I think he has the potential to be a better player. He's clearly a better offensive player. But, I think Detroit has made it known that they want to re-sign him. But, would the Jazz rather give a bigger offer to Duren than Kessler? This is a part of the puzzle. It's not a complete, okay, this is it, that's it, this deal. Yeah. It's in a box. No. There's all sorts of stuff that can go around it.
So Kessler had $28 million on the table, and he got it up about $4.5 million, but he's going to give away almost $3 million of it in taxes to live there. So, but you just want the money. And playing with Doncic has got to be attractive. It would have been intriguing here with all the guys here, but it'll be intriguing there with Doncic and Reeves and whoever else they bring in.
Yeah, for sure. Right. I mean, and as Larry was just telling us, we do know who owns the Lakers and what they're trying to do. And, they're usually not down for long.
Yeah, that 6-year span was highly unusual. And these guys will invest, and the Lakers will be hamstrung by the NBA salary cap rules. But they are investing. They are investing in the right things. They do have deep pockets, and they are willing to spend. And they will.
Oh, I think you have to. In order to win, you have to.
All right, for those of you missing it, the news just breaking. Shams and ESPN reporting the Lakers are acquiring Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for unprotected first-round draft picks in 2031 and 2033, and first-round swaps in 2028 and 2030. Kessler will sign a massive 4-year, $130 million deal with the Lakers. So get his $32.5 million AAV, as you like to say. Well, now everything else we're going to talk about is going to be dwarfed, isn't it?
Mike Conley signing with the Celtics does seem a little smaller.
Who else to the Celtics?
Mitchell Robinson leaving the Knicks.
Knicks are going to the Celtics.
Going to Boston.
Ooh.
3-year deal, 54, I think.
All right. See anything that changes the balance of power yet, PK? Or teams in the middle are moving pieces around, but nothing's clearly obvious? I mean, everybody's trying to catch the
I don't know that there is a balance of power.
The Thunder. Everybody's trying to catch the Thunder and the Spurs in the West.
I don't know about that. I mean, Indiana went to 7 games with the Thunder, and they're losing guys, and the Knicks beat them. So let's not make the Thunder to be all that.
Well, then the Knicks didn't beat the Thunder, but they beat the Spurs who beat the Thunder. Yes. It's just we sat there all year thinking those two were going to meet in the Western Conference Final, and they did. And they blew through teams in the playoffs on the way there. So you're right about the East, and anything can happen in the final. But in the West, there's a gap between the top 2 and the other 13.
Last year.
We all predicted it. Turned out to be true.
I don't see either of those teams as running away and being uncatchable.
The other moves, Clippers, Kawhi Leonard goes to the Raptors. They also got first round, like the Jazz, got first round picks in 2031 and 2033. A 2027 first round pick swap and 2 future second round picks. Also, Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick leave Toronto and go to the Clippers. So, 'tis the season. Here we go. It's July 1st. Guys are moving and signing and swapping. Nikola Vucevic, 1 year, $3.9 million to return to Orlando. The moves keep coming. But Kessler to the Lakers for 2 picks and 2 pick swaps. The big news.
Gigantic news, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing that I like about it is get it done rather than being held hostage. They clearly were held hostage by Gordon Hayward. It's a different administration and ownership. They will acknowledge it.
But the previous administration acknowledged it. Yeah.
Yes, and they had opportunities to get other players, 2 players that wanted to come here, but they were hung up on waiting for what Hayward was doing, and that's not the way to do it. Don't wait till July 7th. That's only a week, but it might as well be forever. And so get in there and make moves now that allows you to make other moves. Because one move begets another move and so forth. So from that perspective, get that thing done. And, he was going to sign something with the Lakers. So, and I don't think they wanted to match it in the 30s. And so since they didn't want to match it in the 30s, get stuff back.
Yes, get stuff back. Do not let him walk. Do not let him just walk. And they did. They got 2 picks and a possibility to swap 2 more.
Yeah.
And I had a thought there I was going to share, and it just went straight out of my mind. Well, that's awesome radio, isn't it?
We'll just keep babbling on, and it usually comes back.
It probably will come back.
So, yeah. There you go.
Oh,
man.
it just came back. Thank you very much. Kept battling. Here it comes.
I know.
That whole, we were talking there earlier this morning. I said, what's your gut instinct? How much do you believe the mid to high 30s? And he comes in at 32.5.
I didn't necessarily believe high, but I thought that was sort of gray to where you could get by saying that.
32.5 it's low. It's low 30s.
That is low 30s.
That is low 30s.
And I don't think the Jazz wanted to go into the 30s on this on this player.
I don't think the Lakers did either. And so rather than get caught into a bidding war back and forth here, hey, make it 4 years, $130 million. It's the most he's going to get. The Jazz get draft picks. The Lakers get their players. And Walker can dream about, 37 or 40 in the next deal. It's a 4-year deal. He'll probably, if he plays well, he'll be right in his prime and can go get another big deal.
Oh, yeah. That only puts him at 28.
Yeah. It's up to him now to produce. And
I think he will.
Time.
I think he for what you're asking him.
Double, and protect the rim.
Yeah.
And he needs to become a better free throw shooter. I'd give him a little upside there.
Yeah, and the ball's going to be in Doncic's hands. That's the way he has to have that.
That's how it's going to work.
His teams, that's what is required. We understand that. And away they go. So the Jazz got what they could in the situation, but I like the fact that it got done early.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I think so then now make some other moves, right? It wasn't going to be Darren Peterson, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So go make some other moves, see what you got cooking, what you can do to help get the team better. Right?
Yep. There you go. All right. Anything else? Anything else you want to share? Sorsby isn't going to sue the NFL. He's going to sit out a year. So it effectively becomes a 1-year suspension. No college, no pro football. He'll go into the 2027 draft, and the NFL says they're not going to punish him for his past gambling behavior. I think they're recognizing this sitting out a year that's the year they tend to punish people for. That's their history going back decades.
Yeah. And own it.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be a career-defining thing. It does obviously not a life-defining. Hopefully for you it isn't. And then go see what you can do. He'll have an opportunity to make an NFL roster.
It's career-defining in baseball. They will kick you out forever.
I don't know that they'll kick you out forever.
Well, they've done it multiple times. I do agree with your point. Like, could it have been different for Rose if he'd come clean and just said, well, I did it. That was a mistake. And I need help. He didn't want to do that.
Everything was obstinate with him.
Right.
I'll be in your face. I'll be defiant. You'll have the Hall of Fame weekend. I'll go to Cooperstown and sign autographs for money. Like,
yeah.
Your PR on that was a disaster.
It was a disaster. But baseball does have a history of that, and football does not. This is consistent with football's history. They sit people for a year for this kind of stuff. The first time. Might be more down the road if there's, more incidents. All right, DJ PK, your feedback next. Stay with us.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Shams shaking it up. Jazz fans reacting. ESPN and Shams reporting Kessler of the Lakers for unprotected picks in 2031 and 2033 and pick swaps in 2028 and 2030. Jazz fans, what do you think? We got it up on Twitter, David DJ James, on Facebook, DJ and PK. And Jazz fans are going to town. Matt, well, at least it wasn't on the 4th of July. I told my 2-year-old, she said, shoot, that's not good. He needs to get a Band-Aid.
Yeah, I got one in my ear. I can let them.
Oh, man. The thing for the people who don't like this trade, the thing you got to recognize here is that they're already paying $95 million to 2 forwards this year in Jackson and Markkanen. It goes to $100 million next year and $105 the year after. So basically, they're spending $50 million on one forward, $50 million on another. If they brought Kessler in and paid him at $32.5 million with Nurkic, they're paying that position $43.5 million.
Yeah, I would look at it as big men, though, not necessarily center forward. But I still get your point.
But 3 of the 5 spots, because you're going to run 2 guards out there.
Well, I would look at it for center, but the 2 forwards I think are more interchangeable.
They are.
So the centers, you're right. That's
It's
inarguable.
it's just so much money, and I just.
Oh,
the only thing that
you got
surprises me
Bailey
here,
down the road. You got George down the road.
yes, and so the only thing that surprises me here is how quickly they're doing this. But definitely do not let him walk for nothing. You can't. He's got too much value, and then the trade proves he's got too much value. They got 2 first-round picks unprotected. Maybe you'll catch a break. Maybe you won't. Are the Lakers going to be good? Are they going to be healthy? Whatever.
That doesn't matter.
And you got 2 swaps.
The picks are assets. That's
Yes.
5 and 7 years from now.
They may be traded in the
yes.
meantime, as we've seen with the
Right.
Cleveland and Minnesota picks
Right.
that got lumped together and to Phoenix for a 2031
So
pick.
don't worry about where the Lakers are going to be at that time because nobody has any idea where they're going to be.
Nor do we know how the lottery will
That's
work.
not.
Right.
That's irrelevant. And you could use those picks to move up to get other picks. We've seen it last week in the draft. So don't worry about that.
We just saw the Utah Mammoth do it last week. Trade a player, get 2 picks, immediately take one of those picks and turn around and get a goaltender.
Yes. So forget about where the Lakers are going to be.
And that may be the answer to what they're going to do because they could roll the dice and go with Nurkic and Jackson and Filipowski and say, they will always be matched up. One of those 3 will have to be matched up with the Wembayamas, the Jokers, whatever center, Kessler, whatever center these other Western teams are running out there. Primarily who you worry about.
I think the big question is, do they give Kessler a scoreboard tribute? I say no.
I say yes.
No, no, and no.
Okay, that question, was that what you would do or what you predict they will do?
Well, if they have any brains, they'll do exactly what I tell them to do.
But the world doesn't work that way. So now, personally, I wouldn't bother with it, but it does seem like the norm in the NBA, so I think it'll happen. 4
losing seasons.
He'll be blocking
And he goes
shots.
to the Lakers.
But they want the
on
whole...
you. Kessler, you're dead to me.
They want to feel good. This is the organization that treats people. It's about the message they're sending to everybody else. It's not about whatever shot blocks and dunks they decide to put in the video.
He went to the Lakers.
And they got...
Why don't you just marry my best friend?
That is what I say about the Chargers moving to L.A. The Chargers leaving San Diego was a divorce. The fact they moved to L.A. is like they married your brother.
Would you like a true fact?
Can't happen. But it did.
What?
Would you like a true fact, as you guys like to say?
Yeah. Only if it's factual.
That would be our first producer who dropped that, right?
Yes.
That would be.
A long line of it.
The Los Angeles Lakers now have traded more first-round picks for Walker Kessler than they did for Luka Doncic.
But I think that's like saying, oh, this player gets the most money. Yeah, Austin Reeves got the most money for an unrestricted free agent, but there'll be somebody else. The point I'm making is that it seems like the first-round picks for acquiring talent keeps going up.
But so they gave up 1 in 2029 in the Luka Doncic deal, and now Anthony Davis went over in that deal. But you've now given up 2 unprotected first-round picks plus 2 pick swaps in the alternating years. It's quite a haul for the Jazz.
Right, but the Lakers also think that they're going to be good, so nobody's going to want the swaps because they're going to be drafted 25th or later.
Right, so we don't know how that's going to work.
But they also don't have a first-round pick for the next 7 years now.
Yeah, I think that's dangerous. I've been saying that's right now. Right. That's to me that is dangerous. I would be so reluctant to do that. And they need Kessler to be all-star caliber now.
Yeah, he's got to come up big time. I mean, $30 million a year. You've got a $32.5, which is what he's going to get, $32.5 million. 4 years, $130 million. He's got to be their third best player.
Well, when you talk about...
He's got to be one of their big 3. I mean, they're paying him like it. He's got to produce like it.
Double-double. It's got to be...
Better than the 11-10, 12-11 double-double.
Yes, that's a higher double-double.
Hit some free throws so you can be on the floor at the end of close games so it doesn't turn into hack a Kessler because you're at 55 or 60%.
Or he's Shaq-like and the games aren't even close.
I don't think he's going to be Shaq-like. Since Shaq was apparently the only thing close to Shaq in NBA history was Wilt, and that was just a little before my time.
No, I understand that. But the fact is, he's going to have to improve a lot. Not a little, a lot. And he's going to have to stay healthy. Obviously. These are all does, I think. So you got to get something. I love the fact that it's early in the process or earlier in the process, happening on July 1st. and now you know the uncertainty is gone, and you can deal with other uncertainties to make them certain.
I think your uncertainties to make them certain. That was good.
Yeah.
I think that your point about being reluctant to give up the draft picks, even if they're late, the fact the Jazz have hit to a degree, what degree still, we have to let these guys, get older and their careers play out, but the fact they've hit on a degree with on Collier and hitting on Filipowski, now Svi Mihalik isn't a draft pick.
I think Sensabaugh has been hit on. Good enough where he was drafted.
So Sensabaugh is at $4.8 million this year. Svi is at $3.8. Filipowski at $3. Collier at $2.7. That's 3 draft picks. Svi was not a draft pick. But to have good players that you're paying less than $5 million when you're going to be paying so many of these top stars $50 million, you got to turn around and find some value on these less expensive players. And whether you hit on draft picks or you hit on unrestricted, just some free agent you find who's undrafted and overlooked, Reeves, Ingles, somebody who's been in Europe and is maybe a little older, whatever. You've just got to find inexpensive players who can play. And you can say that giving up pick 24 or 28 in the draft isn't a big deal, but you got to find inexpensive players somewhere. And the math is working for the Jazz. And part of the reason we have this excitement about the roster is because they do have players who look like they can play who are down in that $5 million or less area. Going forward, like Cody Williams needs to take a big step forward because his money, 6, 7, 8 million, not 8, but 7.6, almost 7.7 million. That's going to matter when they're trying to re-sign Keontae. They may have to jettison him to sign Keontae in a year, unless he blows up and then he's a guy you're trying to hold on to and you're looking to jettison somebody else.
Right. But they've got options. The optionalities of it.
There it is.
We were discussing that word.
Optionality is the word of the morning. All right, Walker Kessler to the Lakers for unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033 and pick swaps in 2028 and 2030. And Walker gets 4 years and $130 million. So he doesn't get that mid to high 30s that they were talking. But 32.5 is a pretty good neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And there he is. All right, DJ and PK coming up next. Scotty G and the coach take over right here on The Zone.